We're back with another completely double blind tasting. The color on this whiskey is like the dark side of the moon. We're going to get into this and see if it's money or if it's going to leave us disappointed like another brick in the wall.
Welcome to Stuff and Whiskey. I'm Erin.
I'm Josh. We are back with another double blind.
Yeah.
That's what we do over here on these Pours Unknown episodes.
It is.
We've drawn this sample at random from our blind sample pool, full of a bunch of bourbons and ryes, most of which we've never tried before, so there's no familiarity. And you're going to get our totally honest, unbiased opinions on whatever this is. Now, looks can be deceptive, so let's not hang our hats on how beautiful the color is on this.
It does look beautiful.
The color is really beautiful.
Yeah, and it's clinging to the glass as I'm like swirling it around.
Let's get into the nose.
Okay. Whoa. Smells like grape Dimetapp. Which I love. Some people don't like it, but I loved it as a kid.
Oh, this smells like sweet oaky goodness to me.
I'm getting grape Dimetapp and toe funk. But like
in the best way possible.
In the best way possible.
Yeah. I guess I can see your grape Dimetapp. There is a fruity sweetness there.
But it's an artificial grape, not like real grape.
Yeah. Kind of like an artificial grape. And if it's grape Dimetapp on the palate, I'm going to be out. Because I don't like cough syrup in my whiskey.
No, but grape Dimetapp is like the pinnacle of cough syrup. It's the cough syrup that didn't taste like cough syrup.
Oh man, this is just dark and rich. And
it does smell like there's some like weight to it.
Yeah.
I'm expecting this to be thick, like viscosity wise. And if it's not, if it's watery, I'll be kind of disappointed. I'm just putting that out there right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting like this, the grape, the sugariness. There's this heavy oak element, but it's really, really, really sweet oak. Mm-hmm. And there's almost a little bit of musty oak in there too. Like a little bit of like we talk about if you've ever gone into a rick house on a tour in Kentucky or somewhere, and you're in an old rick house that has dirt floors.
Like it has the wood beams, the oak barrels, and the dirt floors combined. Yeah.
It smells like that, but it leans towards the fruit sweet side.
Okay.
All right, let's get this on the palate. It smells awesome.
Wow. She's making my lips tingle.
Wow.
The viscosity that I wanted is there. That's a plus.
That's a different experience than I thought.
Yeah. There's like a coffee note. I'm getting all kinds of things. I need another sip.
Okay.
My brain's like on overload, overdrive.
Okay. I won't argue with another sip of this.
It tastes like I just walked into a Staples store. I just did that this week. I had an Amazon return. This smells like that when I walked into the Staples store, an office supply store.
What does that even mean?
That's the visual I got.
I don't know. It's provocative. It gets the people going. Staples gets the people going?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I mean, what does Staples smells like? Old carpet that needs
office
to be
supply.
Replaced?
No, they're tile floors.
Pencils?
I don't know.
Paper?
Office supply store, because I was there not long, like a few days ago, doing an Amazon return.
Okay. I will say the nose comes across with a lot more richness to me than the palate does, but the palate is still very, very, very good.
It is, and I think it's building, like the richness is building. Usually the proof builds, but for me the richness is building. Like it's settling in. There's like a weighted blanket of whiskey on my tongue, if that makes sense.
Going back to the nose, I'm getting more of that kind of funky oak. And I love that. The nose is getting better.
What does funky oak mean?
It's this sweet oak that has this element of barrel char to it that just comes across in this really beautiful way. Okay. And what's happening to the nose now is the grape note is getting pushed down.
I agree with that.
And it's amping up that funky oak note, and I love that.
I agree with that.
It's almost like an old tobacco barn.
Okay.
Like sweet tobacco hanging in the barn. Mm-hmm. And it's just...
Can't say I've ever been in a tobacco barn, but I can imagine what that would smell like.
Yeah, it smells good.
Yeah, I can see that. Wow. How I imagine it would smell like, I can see that.
All right, on the palate, I don't know how to feel about this yet. I know I like it.
Well, let's just go on taste right now. Okay. We know you love the nose.
I do love the nose.
Let's taste it.
It's a 2 thumbs up nose.
I'm getting like pink erasers and shoe varnish. Just initially, but then the oak and the heaviness and the thickness sets in, and I like that. But the initial first little bit that hits my palate, I don't love.
Really?
I don't love.
Interesting.
But I also don't hate. And then the end is really nice.
Yeah,
I'm confused.
To me, this is just heavy through, all the way through. Kind of, it doesn't have a lot of razzle dazzle to it. It drinks pretty relaxed, and it has a lot of flavor. But I want a little bit more fireworks. If I was critiquing the glass and wanted something different in it, I would want a little bit more sweetness and a little bit more fireworks. Because the sweetness...
More sweetness?
Well, okay. It is very sweet.
It's pretty sweet.
But the fruity notes on the nose aren't carrying through the palate. It's like way more of that earthy, leathery, tobacco barny.
Leather. That's a good note.
Tobacco barn, leather. Like, I'm thinking about this, and I'm just trying to provide some context here, but like, to me, this has elements of some of our Nashville Barrel Company picks that we've done, which, by the way, if you're interested in some of our barrel picks, you can get those through our Patreon community, and you can join for free. If they make it through all the paid tiers, then they can go to the free tier, and you can join over there. Or if you want to be one of the paid tiers, tiered access for our barrel picks. We have, as of the time of this video coming out, we have a Nashville Barrel Company pick coming up in a few weeks. And those can get this kind of pipe tobacco, sweet tobacco, oak, and they have a little bit of pizzazz on the palate and dark fruit sweetness. And this doesn't have the dark fruit sweetness that those have, and it doesn't have that liveliness. But it has more leather, more tobacco barn, more old oak type of notes to it.
I can see all of that.
So it's more relaxed. It's just kind of, this bourbon, it tastes like a bourbon. This thing is like...
I picture, if this glass was a man, I would picture him as like an old cowboy in a Western.
If this glass was a man, I picture this glass like my Grandpa Fred, an 86, 87-year-old farmer who is going to just... He's strong, but he's also going to fall asleep in the chair at 4 o'clock in the afternoon in the recliner, because he's also kind of easygoing, Like, he's kind of easy as he goes. He's not rowdy. He's past his rowdy days, and he's settled down a little bit. That's what I think about this glass. So, where are you at on this glass?
I'm gonna, contingent upon price, I'm gonna be a thumbs up. But this will be very price dependent. If this is an affordable price point for me, then I will say thumbs up. If it's not, I'm gonna go just okay. Because I like it. It tastes high quality. The exact flavor profiles aren't something that I love, but I don't dislike it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. It does make sense, and I agree with you, except I am going to go 2 thumbs up, because it has a lot of sweetness to it.
Yeah, it's a little bit more on the sweet side, which you love. Yeah,
and it's a lot of dark sweetness is what it is. But I have had things I like more than this. I've had quite a few things I like more than this, but tentatively, based on price, or without knowing price yet, 2 thumbs up. I like this. I love this. I would love to have a bottle of this. It's just dark, sweet, rich, dense. That's my profile to a T.
Yeah.
So price-wise, I would say that $150 is not a bad price for something like this. I've had plenty of bottles. When I think about $150 you can buy on the shelf, Calumet 15, 16 years. I like this better than those. Watch this be one of those for some reason. Stuff like Foregate and things like that. This is in that realm of $200. However, I've had barrel picks that we've done that are $100. I've had, baby stags, Stag Junior, whatever you want to call them, the Stag formerly known as Junior, that I've liked more than this.
Can I just tell you how much this costs?
Yeah, how much does it cost?
Okay, I've been looking at this.
Sorry.
You've been
I'm
talking.
trying to give context, because I think this is really good.
But we don't.
Okay.
Okay.
How much is it?
It's $125.
Spot on.
I have thoughts.
Okay, what are your thoughts?
I feel like this is not asking too much. It is worth the price point, generally speaking. But it's not worth the price point for me personally, because it's not spot on in my flavor profile that I like. And there's just something about that first initial sip that I take that I get like pink eraser, shoe varnish, office supply store, just initially, and I don't love it. So it's going to make it go just okay for me for the price.
Okay. I'm going to stay 2 thumbs up.
I do think it's not overreaching at 125. I'm just not going to spend it.
It's not. I'll stay 2 thumbs up. Again, it is a soft 2 thumbs up because I have things here that I paid less money for that I like more than this.
Okay.
Particularly our NBC picks. But for instance, I bought a bottle of Knob Creek 18 year, and I would much rather have this over that. And that was a $200 bottle. Would
Fair.
much rather have this over that.
That's fair.
So that's my context of, would I rather have this over the Calumet 16 for less money? Yes. So
You mean Knob Creek 18?
no, I said Knob Creek and I said Calumet 16.
Oh.
I'm using 2 examples that are more expensive than this that I like this more than those.
I'm sorry.
But I have barrel picks that I like more than this from Nashville Barrel Company, and those are only 100 or 125 bucks. So there you go. What are we drinking?
We are drinking
Number 80.
Peerless Double Oaked Rye.
Really?
It's 111.5 proof, and this is thanks to Bill and Delia Kavanaugh, who has given us. They've given us
Wow.
a ton of these samples.
Yeah, these random samples are
for our
yeah.
our pool.
That's a rye?
I would not have guessed that this is a rye
That's fantastic.
at all. At
Yeah.
all. And
Okay.
I'm a rye person. Like, I like me a rye, and this comes across like a bourbon.
This comes across like a Kentucky bourbon, and it's a double oaked rye. Mm-hmm. So, this is like our middle ground is the double oaked / toasted rye realm. Mm-hmm. Is where I get the sweetness that I need in a rye.
We kind of find a common ground, yeah.
Wow, I want to take another sip of it now that I know what it is real
Okay.
quick. That's
It's
just
like-
really good whiskey.
It's like almost there for me.
That is just really, it's too sweet. It's just.
There's something, the very first sip, like the very first part of the sip that hits my palate, there's something like just not quite right there. The rest is fine.
I think it's the way the rye is interacting with the double oaking.
Maybe.
Because now that I know what it is, I can taste that double oaking thing, but it just came across like a boatload of sweetness to me before. Awesome. I love this, and I definitely now, knowing what it is, I stick by my soft 2 thumbs up.
I stick by my just okay,
Yeah.
with the caveat that I don't think it's unfairly priced. I think it's very well crafted. It's just not to my liking enough to spend that money on it.
Yeah.
That's all.
So based on if you watch this channel regularly, whichever palette you align with the most, maybe think about looking into this. I know I will now be looking into Peerless Double Oaked Ryes. Very impressed.
Yeah.
Very impressed.
I'm impressed too. Just because I gave it just okay doesn't mean I'm not impressed. I just won't be purchasing it.
Yeah. If you're impressed with this channel and the way we do our videos, think about liking this video, subscribing to the channel, because blind tastings are what we do here. You can also hit that bell down there. We go live once a month, and that will let you know when we're going live, so you can join us for a pour. And we can chit chat, hang out, have a good time, pal around. And speaking of whiskey pals, you can check out our Patreon community again over on patreon.com.
That's where Patreon community lives.
And you can get into our Discord through our Patreon community.
Yes.
You can also get our barrel picks that we release over there. We have been talking about doing a Peerless pick, but there's been some Peerless delivery issues with picks and all that stuff. So they can make great whiskey, but the barrel pick program and their distribution situation needs some work.
We shall see.
If they can get that ironed out, we'll do a pick with them.
TBD, yeah.
But yeah, check that out over there. Awesome people who are part of our community. Can't say enough good things about the people that are part of this. And if you like this channel and the vibe that we have, then you're almost surely going to be a great fit over there. So check that out. And you can check out awesome shirts like this Dark Side of the Moon inspired Stuff and Whiskey shirt, or just an awesome low-key sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Or t-shirts over there.
Kind of poked me.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, again, poke that like button before you get out of here, okay? And that's it.
That's it for today. Be good to each other, and until next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.